cursed luck. Well, well. Distinguished guests.
For the love of God. Does it have to be him?
Trust me, friend.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
We need to have a word with you.
Would your graces care to sit?
I think not.
What brings you to my humble rectory, gentlemen?
Are you all packed, Godwin? I heard you got kicked out of your humble rectory.
So who do I owe that to? You wouldn't have had anything to do with this, would you, Hanush?
You've no one to thank for that but yourself, Godwin. If you hadn't been living like an animal, you wouldn't be regretting it now.
You're wrong, though. I don't regret anything.
And I trust you won't regret hearing us out now. We have a secret mission for you.
I'm all ears, Sir Radzik.
Do you know about Lord Capon's mission?
Aye. I heard a word or two about that. Where was it you sent him? Trotsky?
Yes, to Sir Otto von Bergoff's castle.
Royal Chamberlain von Berger? The League of Lords fella?
You know more than I'd expect from you.
It doesn't surprise me. I also know that Trotsky is about 3 days' ride away.
2 days, weather permitting.
The young lord should have been back long since then, shouldn't he?
He should. But he's not.
And now you want me to find out why he's not here yet.
That's right. You'll go to Trotsky and see if anything's happened to him.
Why me?
Honestly, I'd like to know that too, Radzik. Why this fellow?
He has experience like few others. You know that, Hanush. And not just in combat. Although he might not look like it at the moment, he is from a noble family. So he knows how to deal with nobility.
What? You're saying this scoundrel in a cassock is blue-blooded?
It's true. And he also understands the common people. Since we don't know what's holding Capon up, we need someone who can deal with whoever he comes across.
I hope you're right. So what do you say, Godwin?
How could I say no after such words of praise?
Well, that went better than I expected.
Oh, don't get ahead of yourself. I won't rest until my nephew is safely back in Perkstein.
When should I go?
Right away.
Fuck! Did they have to lock us up in here of all places? I have a feeling these walls are moving. The cell is getting smaller and smaller. Can you hear me? Let me out! Hey! Hear me!
Give it a rest. No one's come in.
I feel like we're going to be crushed here.
Don't worry, we won't. Any crushing will be done later by the executioner.
Oh, what a relief to hear that. Listen here, Henry. I wanted to say, well, that I'm glad to see you again.
Oh yeah?
Give over.
After all, as you know, I'm just a common dung grubber, while you're the great Bellatore.
Bellator. But I was stupid to think like that. It was stupid. But now I'm sitting here too for behaving like a Bellator. I might have left you in it.
Yeah, you might.
Nevertheless, Henry, I wanted to say that, well, you were right. I behaved Badly. Awfully.
All right. I accept your apology. All water under the bridge, eh? Old pal.
Thanks. So, what were you getting up to the whole time, anyway?
I was working in the blacksmith's forge in Takov.
Oh. Well, lucky for you, you have a trade you could work at.
Sort of. Most of the time I was actually chasing after lost carts or scrambling over the rocks looking for hermits.
Well, at least you weren't bored, eh?
What about you?
I also stuck to what I'm best at.
What, boozing and whoring?
Fucking ha. Hunting.
You were poaching?
Only commoners poach. I was hunting in the territory of another noble. Without his permission, admittedly.
But that's a capital crime.
Ah, bollocks! Nothing to worry about.
Heaven help us.
Shh, quiet! There's something going on outside the door.
Have you seen Captain Thomas? Yarrick says he's in a bad way.
He's right. Them fuckers cut him up good.
Last I heard from Father Nicodemus, though, was that his wounds are healing.
Aye. Only he's been struck down by a fever. And the Sawbones is away with Sir Otto.
Good God!
Captain Thomas! Yes! He met us before we reached the pond, didn't he? We showed him our letter.
But he's in a fever. You heard them.
Oh, we'll deal with that somehow. Hey!
Leave it be.
Hey! Open up, you rabble! We're messengers from Ratai. Your captain can confirm it. Do you hear?
Again?
Those damned fools won't give us any peace.
Come on, fellas! Be reasonable! We're envoys of the Lord of Lipa!
About time. Just you wait till Lord von Berghoff hears how you treat a noble.
You, come with me to the courtyard. Chamberlain says we ain't gonna waste bread on you for nothing. We've got a job for you.
What about me? I want to talk to the captain right now.
You want to talk to God, fella. You're getting the gallows for poaching.
What? But you can't hang a nobleman.
Jesus, wait! Hear that? That bell's tolling for you, mate. 12 more times, and the priest will come for you. Hans!
But you can't!
Hans, don't worry, I'll fix it! Move in!
I'm a nobleman! Do you hear me? I'm a noble! I'm Sir Hans Capon of Bergstein.
So, if you want to get out of here, you'll have to make amends and work off your debt. For a start, you can carry all the charcoal from this wagon up to the store.
Wait, though. What's going to happen with Capon?
With that madman? He was poaching, so he'll swing.
But he really is a noble.
Ain't you a bit old for fairy tales, son? Once the bell tolls for the 12th time, it won't matter a damn who he used to be anyway. If you want to do something for him, pray. And best pretend you don't know him.
Your Captain Thomas can testify that we're envoys from Ratai. It's the truth, I swear.
Don't you say a word about our captain. We don't know if the poor fellow will live to see morning. They moved him during the night to the chapel at the very top of the Maiden. It seems only God can help him now.
Why did they move your captain to the chapel? All that way up?
So he'd be closer to God. Either the good Lord will help him or take him to his bosom. The captain's in a really bad way. And our Sawbones is away with Lord von Berghoff.
And can I go there? I really have to talk with Captain Thomas.
Don't fucking annoy me, fella. You got off lightly so far, believe me.
What? You won't even let me pray in the chapel?
We will not. You're not allowed inside at all. And don't let me catch you snooping around there.
What about my things? You took everything away from me.
That's what happens to people in jail. When we set you free, you'll get your stuff back. In the worst case, we might keep something to cover the damages you caused at the wedding. Got it?
Got it. Do you always ring the bells before an execution?
Aye, it's a local custom. They say back in the past, the local lord slept through a scheduled execution, and they had to release the condemned man. Don't worry, that won't happen today.
What happens when I'm done with this?
What do you reckon? You'll get another job, and when there's no more work for you, you can bugger off wherever you like.
That's all?
Aye? What'd you expect? The axe? Lord von Bergov is strict, but he ain't a tyrant. But poaching now, that's another matter.
I'll get to work then.
Good lad. The store's up by the gate to the inner bailey. Orsina the blacksmith is idling around somewhere there. He'll think up some job for you. Or go down to the outer bailey where they're building the scaffold near the gate. They'll be working up there for sure. And no wandering around where you're not allowed. Don't stick your nose inside the castle. Got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Have you soaked the fabric?
Where did you actually learn?
When I was an apprentice.
But you were a carpentry apprentice.
Aye.
Yeah, of course. Although gay doesn't more than what did you actually?
Lots of guests. Not enough pretty girls for my life.
And why wouldn't they when it's true? It'll be bad, I tell you.
I don't know. Seems to me it's always the same. Bad.
Well, it'll be even worse. Look.
Mind your own business. I want to work this off and get out of here.
Gone down in a tree.
Good food and drink. Lots of guests. care now.
It was nice. Good food and drink. Lots of guests. Not enough pretty girls for my life.
Gonna stay in the guardhouse about the Chamberlain.
That's another matter.
And what?
Have you ever set eyes on Wenceslas or Sigismund? I don't. So you're talking about
If you want something from me,
But for sure, Chamberlain.
It was nice. Good food and drink. Lots of guests. Not enough pretty girls for my life.
the Chamberlain.
I wouldn't put it that way. Nothing escapes my eye, and Ulrich knows that. And sometimes
That's that.
I've no time for idle chat.
I met him a few times while on watch at the tower. Almost every time I'm there, I see him.
I finished hauling the sacks. What now?
how should I know? They told me to think up some job for you, so you wouldn't be idle. So if you want to pass the time, go ahead, but do it sensibly.
Well, I'd say there's plenty of work to do around here. I'll gladly help you with something.
Aye, but I've only got work in the forge, and that ain't for everyone. I'm a respected tradesman here, understand?
I'm a blacksmith too, even if I don't look the part right now.
Oh, really?
Aye. My pa was a blacksmith. A respected one.
Then you might actually be some use to me. At least I wouldn't have to work my fingers to the bone all the time. I'll tell you what. Go to the forge. The fire's gone cold. I haven't had much time for, well, the trade. So fire it up and make some horseshoes for Kabat. He's our groom. Always bothering me that he don't have shoes for the horses. And there's only one nag stabled here now that his lordship's away with his men.
All right. How many should I make?
How many legs does a horse have?
Well, it depends. Usually 4, but once there was a 3-legged foal born in our village.
All right, all right. You're a fool, but maybe you're a handy one. So go and make one horseshoe for the groom, all right?
But a horse has 4.
Aye, but Kabat's missing just one, and I ain't going to waste more on him.
1. All right.
You'll find everything you need in the trunk in the forge. It's there, past the gate.
All right. But I was told not to go there.
And now I'm telling you to go. And when it's done, bring it to me to check so you don't make me look bad. Off you go. Lads, this here...
Where's that fool of a blacksmith?
What's the matter, good wife? Why are you standing here grumbling?
Because of that damn blacksmith. I'm waiting here for him like for Judgment Day. The lock on my spice chest is stuck, and Sir Otto will be back any time. How am I to bake gingerbread without ginger, eh?
Can I help you somehow?
No, unless you can pick a lock. And decent folk don't know how to do that.
Oh, you said the blacksmith knew how to do it, though. So the blacksmith isn't a decent man?
Aye, and he ain't decent. He's a nasty piece of work.
I know how to do it, but first I have to get tools for it.
All right, I'll wait here. Another while won't kill me.
Merciful God, your only begotten Son took upon himself our wrongdoings, and gave us the power of enduring pain and fortitude. Look down upon our Captain Thomas, with his father's love, on all who suffer, all the pains and other afflictions of sickness. Let them know that they are not alone in their affliction, but that Christ is forever by their side.
The first bell. Another 11 to go.
Merciful God, your only begotten Son took
Good.
upon himself our
This won't take long now.
gave us the power of enduring pain and fortitude. Look down upon our Captain Thomas,
Fine.
father's love,
Now to temper it.
on all who suffer.
Still no sign of the black...
None at all. And if I can't get nothing baked for his lordship on account of him,
But the blacksmith...
I know he is. Only he tells me to wait.
Seems to me he's just...
I wouldn't be surprised, the lazy wretch. But what can I do?
How can the...
How do you think? He always and then he promises to change the lock for 3 years.
Oh well.
He ought.
So I got what I needed, and we can get to it. Where's that chest?
It's in the castle cellars. Follow me. My time is precious, seeing as how his lordship will be back any time.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed there. I was told to stay in the courtyard.
Never mind that. You go in with me and you're helping me. Come along. What a day. I burned the rue in the morning, and then the girl told me we're out of venison. I don't know what that gamekeeper's up to again. Actually, I do know, and it ain't nothing good. And now this. 3 years that lock is broken, and 3 years that good-for-nothing has been promising to fix it. But no. After all, I'm just a stupid cook fanker who's always nagging and won't leave anyone in peace. But if I didn't nag, there'd be nothing done in this godforsaken castle. You have to kick people's asses here to even get them out of bed in the morning. The lazy...
Quick, quick! Sir Otto will be back any time, so make sure everything's in order. I don't want to see any idling here.
Here it is, that damn chest. 3 years I've been telling him. God's truth. Thank you kindly, young man. If you want to get a bite to eat, stop by the kitchen. Ginger! Herr Deck, how am I to make that gingerbread? Bet it was that ninny dork who took it. Why do I even bother?
Do you know how I can get up to the chapel?
You can't. Only his lordship and his family go there. And of course, usually, that is. Only now, Captain Thomas is lying there.
I understand.
God be with you.
The second toll for Hans.
Blessings to you.
Sir...
You? What are you doing here? Christ! First you cause mayhem at a noble wedding, and now you go snooping around...
I noticed, sir, that something is troubling you. I could help you.
How could a vagabond like you help me?
Sir, I might not look the part, but I've read a lot.
Don't waste my time with your jokes, you nobody. What would you be able to read?
Species de cipit, sir. Looks can deceive. As it happens, I've read many Latin and other texts. For example, the etymologies of Isidore of Seville, the writings of Abbess Hildegard of Bingen, and the Herbarium de Horis Sanitatis, De Materia Medica, and others.
Well, you really surprise me, lad.
Anyway, I'll examine you and try to make a diagnosis.
Yes, that should help.
Tell me, Master Chamberlain, does it hurt all the time, or does it come in waves?
No, not all the time. More like I get attacks.
Uh-huh. And these attacks, have you noticed whether something sets them off?
Well, it's worse when I get upset.
And does it get worse in autumn, when it gets colder?
Yes, it's usually worst in October. Then I don't even have to get upset for it to start.
All right, that makes sense. Tell me, sir, what do you usually eat?
Well, I often eat from the banquet table.
So, a lot of roasted game?
Yes, and pâtés, goose, duck. I dine as befits my status.
I see. Did you get advice from anyone about it? Have you tried anything for the pain?
Well, I talked to our surgeon. He just said it was odd and told me nothing more. So I went to Kolin to see Professor Joachim Bavorsky, and he advised me.
Yes? What?
It's a little awkward for me to talk about, I must admit.
Master Chamberlain, I'm here as a practitioner of the medical arts. You can rest assured that whatever you tell me will remain between us.
All right. The professor spoke at length about Jupiter and the houses, and then he told me that my bodily humours are out of balance.
I would expect so. And what did he recommend?
Well, that I should get more silver into my body. So I wear more silver jewellery, and when there's a full moon, I go to the meadow here below the castle, naked.
Really? So you're taking it quite seriously. And has it worked?
No, but there'll be a full moon soon, so I could damn well use some other advice.
I understand. With your permission, I'll examine you, sir.
What? Here and now?
Don't worry, I'll just have a look at you. You don't have to lie down or strip.
I'm glad to hear it.
You're quite pale and rather sweaty.
When it comes upon me, I sweat a lot.
Your eyes are all right. Do you have ringing in your ears?
No.
Do your hands shake?
Well, I'm not the youngest, but it's nothing too bad.
All right. Sir, I'm afraid you have a stomach ulcer. If it's not treated, you could even die of it.
Good God! What should I do?
The main thing is a strict diet. No fatty or heavy foods. In other words, nothing from the banquet table. You have to eat boiled white meat, poultry or fish, lots of vegetables, and gruel.
Gruel? Like a...
Yes, like the common folk. And another thing, you mustn't get angry, under any circumstances.
What? I mean, what?
That's the way. Oh, and I'll get you a herbal potion. I know exactly what will do you good.
Can't you get me that potion right now?
I don't have the required remedy. And unfortunately, I don't see how I can brew it here. I don't have the necessary equipment.
You're free to use the surgeon's apparatus in his study. It's upstairs in the crone. That's the second tower. Now we're under the Maiden. Do you know how to get there?
I think so. But I was told to stay only in the outer courtyard. I wouldn't want to get in trouble.
Trouble? I'm the one who has trouble. Don't worry. Tell them I sent you. Just go, for heaven's sake.
All right. Besides caring for your mortal coil, the well-being of your soul shouldn't be neglected, sir.
What do you mean by that?
I think I could pray for your health. A word to angels to ask for their intercession can work miracles. The greatest Christian physicians recommend healing in both the material and spiritual world. And you have a very nice chapel here.
Father Nicodemus takes care of that. What I want from you is medicine, not talking to angels. Got it?
Yes. I'll go and get something for you.
Good. If you'd be so kind... Ow! up in front of his lordship.
Who's that creeping around?
Let the maids get stuck into cleaning. Don't show me up in front of his lordship.
What? What?
Huh? Huh. Strange.
Everyone to me. You there! Quick!
Pardon me for disturbing you, miss.
If you want to pray, go somewhere else. The chapel is closed. Unless you're a priest. Which I presume you're not.
No, I'm not. My name is Henry.
I'm Adela, Thomas's sister. What is it you want, Henry?
I need to talk to your brother.
No chance of that.
You there!
He's been lying in a fever for 3 days. And the surgeon is away with Sir Otto. Unless he returns soon, Thomas won't be talking to anyone ever again.
What actually happened to him?
They were attacked by bandits by the pond. His mare, Arrow, brought him home. He was completely out of it. And little wonder, the way he was hacked up. If the surgeon was here, he'd be in his care. Some of his wounds have healed, but now he has a fever. He's been bedridden for 3 days.
I'm sorry. Maybe I could help somehow?
The only one who can help now is the priest. And I don't want to sound gloomy, but all he can do is pray too. Just the same as me.
Where's the physician?
He's with Lord von Berghoff. When Thomas started to get feverish, he left some concoction for him. He was only meant to be gone for a while, but it seems they got stuck somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, the concoction ran out, and we don't have any other physician here.
No, please.
I'm not a physician, but I could try and brew that concoction. It can't hurt to try. Do you know what it was brewed from?
If I knew that, I'd have brewed it myself. Not even our surgeon knows.
Over there.
He does everything according to his books. He uses some medical manuscript, whether he's treating people or livestock.
And where is this book?
How should I know? Probably in his chambers, in the Crone.
I'll have a look there then.
But no one is allowed there.
I'll figure it out somehow.
Why do you want to help us?
Everyone to me. You there?
Well, unless Thomas recovers and testifies that me and my friend are messengers from Ratai, then my friend will be executed.
You mean that poacher who's to be hanged?
He's a noble. Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. The whole thing is one big misunderstanding. And only Thomas can sort it out.
I'm a bit bewildered by all this. But all right.
The main thing is, I want Thomas to live too.
Yes, you're right.
I'll get going then. I don't have much time, and neither does Thomas.
Go. And thank you. It's all right. You'll be fine.
I... Yannick.
The third toll. I better get moving.
Huh?
this talk.
I apologize.
About that horseshoe.
Well, did you get it done?
Yeah. Here.
Well, what are you standing around here for? I told you to take it to Kabat.
No. You told me to bring it and show it to you.
You're a smart one, eh? Well, now I'm telling you to go to Kabat with it. He's our groom. Most likely he'll be idling by the upper stables, the grouch. Just between the two of us, he's a very unpleasant fella. Unlike me.
I can't wait.
Christ, what a day.
Thank her.
Jesus Christ, God protect us from...
She's not able...
Again? She's a...
Maybe if you fixed it.
Maybe if your pa wiped you off on his sleeve, you wouldn't be here. I'm a castle blacksmith, not some village tinker. I've more important things.
I'll be going then.
That's what...
Wedding like.
I brought you those horseshoes.
That took long enough. I've only got one horse here and I've got nothing to shoe him with. And you know who gets in the shit over it?
You?
Exactly. Mistakes are punished here, so either I'd end up reduced to beggary, or I'd have to go back to what I was doing before. And I wouldn't like that.
What did you do before?
You're a bit inquisitive, eh?
Well, I get the feeling you're actually proud.
Let's just say I haven't always made an honest living. Is that enough for you?
Sure.
Very wise.
I'll be going then.
So run along.
To light the fire in the main hall. Cold there is a dungeon, and that doesn't do me any good. And then it's not too sweet like the last. God above. Starting up again. Let the maid get stuck in the cleaning, so you don't show me off in front of his lordship.
What was Lord's... I means wedding like?
It was nice. Good food and drink. Lots of guests. Not enough pretty girls for my liking.
Hey, Wojtek. We've still got work to...
Can't you see I'm talking to...
I ain't seen you here. Are you new and all? Well, I'm Magda.
I'm Henry.
It's great to have some new lads here.
Oh, aye. Henry,
How about you bugger off? I wouldn't want a repeat of our last disagreement.
Me neither. But all I care about is you giving me a hand. Those sacks won't carry themselves.
I'll just finish what I'm discussing with Magda and I'll be right with you.
Are you also helping Wojtek's uncle?
What uncle?
Wojtek here said he's helping his uncle, Osina the blacksmith.
No, I'm not helping anyone's uncle. This is a punishment, just like with Wojtek here.
A punishment?
Aye, we got into a bit of a fight at Lord Semin's wedding.
What? Are you trying to make a fool of me?
That's not quite how it was.
You wretch.
Oh, thanks. You really are a cunt.
A cunt? While you're having fun chatting up girls, I'm hauling sacks. If anyone's a cunt, it's you.
Don't worry, I'll find you.
I suppose you're waiting here.
Damn right. Like, I know they're preparing a banquet for his nibs, but they could have left one cook here, or at least a bit of gruel, for Christ's sake.
Why don't you go to the other kitchen?
Are you daft? That's the noble's kitchen.
I can see if I've got anything to eat on me.
Hey, I need some decent grub, not some mouldy bread.
You might be surprised.
If it's scrub you're after, you'll have to wait. Go on duty too.
The fourth bell. The bell's ringing for hands the 5th time.
You? What in God's name are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same question.
I work here, genius.
I need help.
Who doesn't? I still have to clean out all the fireplaces in the Crown. Do you know how many there are?
I don't know or care. I was sent here by the Chamberlain. He wants me to help him with his stomachache.
That slimy toad. If he doesn't watch out, his stomach will be the least of his worries.
Well, you look like you know your way around here. Maybe you can help me.
Why should I?
I'm not stupid. You've no business here. You're snooping around in the surgeon's stuff and God knows what else. It could land you in trouble.
Oh, yeah? How?
Well, for instance, I could take something here. Don't forget, I might be slaving here today, but tomorrow they'll get fed up with me and they'll probably kick me out by morning. And you'll still be here. So it'll be on you. For sure someone saw you coming here.
And you too, no?
Well, there's quite a big difference between you and me. The guards don't pay much attention to me, but you...
I get it. Sometimes it's an advantage.
And sometimes not. So, to the point.
All right. If it's medicine you're after, the surgeon has a store across the corridor. There's all sorts of junk there, but there's one chest where he puts stuff that he hasn't used up. He locks it carefully, but you might get lucky.
And what if there's nothing interesting for me in there?
Then tough luck. But you can go and have a look at his records. That crackpot writes down everything he does. Maybe he gave someone something that might be of interest to you.
All right. Thanks.
And now get out of my way. Simple maid like me has lots of work to do in this castle.
The sixth bell. Half the time is up.
What? All right, what was that?
Say, I heard some...
Let me stop you right there. Preparations are underway to execute a poacher. I don't have time to worry about a book.
The 7th bell. It's the 8th bell. I need to hurry. 9th bell. Only 3 to go. The 10th bell. I don't have much time left.
You? What in God's name are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same question.
I work.
Who are you?
Me?
And what were you...
I thought we straightened that out the last time you bothered me. I have no idea what...
We both know you're lying.
Says someone who was just sitting in a jail cell and we'll end up...
They let me out. I have to work off...
Really? Here.
The Chamberlain sent me.
That slimy toad?
Well... because I could make plenty of trouble.
Uh-huh. And what would you tell him? That old deviant... I wouldn't be the first, or...
But he'd sure as hell care about how you talk about him. Deviant isn't a name that's...
All right, all right.
Tell me what I need...
All right, there's also...
And...
Then tell that...
All right. The sixth bell. Half the time is up. The seventh bell.
Scrub you're after, you'll have to wait. I've been here for ages. And have to go on duty too. I'm sorry.
Let me pat.
All right then.
Don't worry. I suppose...
Damn, all
I can...
Hey! Thanks. Well, at least I won't starve.
You're welcome. Enjoy it. The seventh bell. Let me... Don't worry. I suppose...
Damn, all right.
I can...
Hey! Thank...
You...
Christ Jesus.
Guard?
Must you interrupt me at my prayers? If it's arms you...
Sorry to bother you, but I heard you praying.
You know Thomas?
Well, that's a really long story, but...
Talk. Well, Thomas is lying in a fever upstairs, and them bastards cut him up good.
poor fella. And if that wasn't enough, they stole...
What exactly is...
He was badly wounded in a fight. It looked for a while like he wouldn't live to see the dawn. But he got... Only a few days ago, he caught a fever, and the Sawbones is away with...
I'll be going.
Thanks.
Christ Jesus, who laid down his...
Greetings.
God be with you. What?
I was told...
Nice timing. Do you know...
No.
Ah. I got the job of fixing up this here scaffold, so it don't collapse when we hang that poacher. But the whole thing is fucked. I need a good carpenter's axe. There's one broadaxe in the shed, but it's as blunt as a file. Of course, Osina didn't find time all year to hone...
But that
An innocent poacher? But that's nothing to do with me. My job is to make...
I could help you.
You could? Well, that'd be great. Go and get it from the shed.
Sure thing.
Nothing worth mentioning.
That's one sharp blade.
I promised myself I wouldn't leave it till the last moment. Have you got any ideas?
Well, if I did, I wouldn't leave it till the last moment. God bless. Same to you. Hey?
It's the 8th bell. I need to hurry.
Go and see the priest first. If he says it's all right, I'll be happy to help you, friend.
Here it is.
Sharp as a... Without your help, the scaffold could well collapse under that poacher. And nobody wants that.
And then the execution.
I doubt it. We're not going to make a show out of it like they do in Prague. But someone would have to get their hands dirty.
Understandably.
Anyway, thanks. I can't afford to fuck things up today. The Chamberlain is as tetchy as the...
Isn't he always?
Yeah, but even more today. Anna the laundress said he's got...
I'll be going.
Aye. Farewell.
Excuse me.
What is it?
Well, if...
There's this... I'd rather not ask where you learn. Just don't get up to any...
Sure.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Starting up again. Quick! Otto will be back any time, so make sure everything's in order. I don't want to see any idling here. Oh, killing me again.
Ninth bell. Only 3 to go.
Huh? This place?
That's more like it.
How's it going? Ain't easy to
My wife and I are pickling
Aye.
cabbage. Loads of it.
I get up.
Here it is.
Sharp, without your help, the scaffold could well collapse under that poacher.
And isn't it?
Yeah.
Aha. I'll be.
Take care, friend. You've been hanging around with Miller crazily, haven't you?
It's the 8th bell. I need to hurry.
Great. It's a deal. Go ahead and tell Take care now.
As much as you can fit in that. That's how much.
But won't it be completely black?
My dear, if we could die... Better than having your baby.
And how much of them elderberries? But won't it be completely black? Where did you...
When I was an apprentice.
But you were a carpenter. And how much of them elderberry leaves should I put in?
As much as you can fit in that. That's how much.
You could dye Waller's black.
I could see where it leads to. Or I could drown. Ah, shit! Oh, this was a bad idea. But it seems I won't drown, at least. Ninth bell. Only 3 to go.
Anytime. So make sure everything's in order. I don't want to see any idling here. Oh, killing me again. Quick! So
Hans!
Henry! Is that you?
I think they're just exaggerating.
I don't know. But I don't want to be stuck in here anyway.
Well, unfortunately, no one believes you are.
You've got to find that Captain Thomas!
I know.
So there's nothing he can do for him?
Well, maybe.
Henry! You...
Don't talk too soon.
What are you doing?
Not exactly. I shouldn't be here.
That's not good. There's a guard just around the corner watching the jail.
Can you try and distract him?
Sneak into the torture chamber opposite. It's empty now, fortunately.
In the brewery at noon, it's merry. Back through, and now the sun is lowering.
Shut your beak. No one's... Do you hear me? Shut your mouth.
and that it's not too sweet like the last
There'll
time.
be no singing here. This is a jail, not an alehouse.
Yeah.
Starting up again. And smile. I don't want to see any sour faces when his lordship returns. You'll be happy to see him home.
There's a good lad. Maybe leave and get a swig of...
The 10th bell. I don't have much time left.
What's that I hear? What was that? What's going on here? How come it's... Hey! You've no business here. I thought you'd just steal something.
Hey?
Did you get it?
Yeah.
It will have to be diluted. His fever is getting worse. If this doesn't work, I don't think he'll last long.
urge you all to be vigilant. These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug. And worst of all, a poacher. And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff, he is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead!
Stop! You can't execute this man. He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Rattay.
What is this nonsense, for Christ's sake?
It's true. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Deal with it, for God's sake!
But, sir, the captain...
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately.
You can't do this! I am a nobleman, do you hear? A noble! Get your hands off me! You can't do this!
Open the gates!
My lord.
What the hell is going on?
It was just a... It's a hanging.
You can't hang him. He's a noble.
That's for me to judge. Take him down! And for Christ's sake, help me off this horse!
Someone's always sick.
You've no business here.
Look, there's a rabble running rampant over the countryside.
That wagon has to be out of here before his lordship returns.
Lots of guests. Not enough pretty girls.
And why wouldn't they when it's true? It'll be bad, I tell you.
I've no time for idle chat. Let's pile on more work, fella.
What was Lord Zenin's wedding like?
It was nice. Good food and drink.
Oi, can't you?
I ain't seen you.
I'm Henry.
It's great to.
Oh, I wouldn't want... Me neither. I'll just...
Are you?
Sure. Me. And I'm sure Wojtek's uncle would rather he stopped gabbing and gave me a...
I wouldn't want to keep you lads from your.
Thanks a lot.
You should thank me for not saying what you're really doing here. And now come and give me a hand.
That's just great.
Sunday, are you? No, and nor should you. Except I don't have a bullet.
By the way, you lot all think running the castle is a piece of cake, but for sure, Chamberlain Ulrich hasn't got it easy. He's got all sorts of worries. Sir Otto travels a lot, so he's got to do a lot of stuff on his
Look after your charcoal. Don't go around here again.
Mind your own business.
He invites me for a drop of wine and a bite to eat. I saw him, but I didn't speak with him.
Did he seem off to you?
All them.
That's that.
Peculiar way while he's at it. I wouldn't want to go...
I think...
Well,
Oh. I'm a...
Oh, then you said so. And there's
All right.
how?
But one.
You'll and lads. This here I.
What's some...
Because the lock out.
Can I help?
No.
Oh, so...
Ah.
I know...
All right.
It's almost finished. And that's it. About?
Well,
Yeah.
well,
No.
He's just been... Excuse me?
I brought you those
That took... And you know...
You?
Exactly. Or I'd have to...
What did you do?
You're a bit inquisitive, ain't you?
Well, I get the... Not quite. I'd also like to know if you've still got any...
But I'll tell you, it won't...
Isn't there maybe something I could do for you in exchange?
Well, since you're offering... I lost a very nice turquoise rose...
Who did you lose it to?
Father Nicodemus. That priest rolls dice like the devil himself was guy.
Don't worry.
But with no...
Naturally. Do you know where Captain Thomas is?
It's true, son. It doesn't look good.
I'd like to pray with him.
A kind thought, but you can't get to Thomas. I had him moved during the night.
Why can't I?
You know, the castle chapel is an important place. Only Lord von Berghoff...
Like you for it.
Naturally. It's certainly good of you to want to pray for Thomas, but you can do that...
Why did you take...
The surgeon is away with Lord von Berghoff.
Uh-huh. I'll be going then.
Go.
It seems like you'd be glad to have someone to play with.
Alea jacta non est, my friend. The die has not been cast, and that grieves me. No one wants to play with me, so I'll be quite glad if you join me. And...
I heard you have a certain turquoise rose.
Aye, it belonged to Kabat. Although...
How do you mean?
Kabat is known for having some peculiar things in his property. If you grant...
Hang on. You're saying...
And who should I give it back to? I doubt Kabat will tell me. Besides, you've got to admit a rosary belongs in the hands of a servant of the Lord. It's safe once its owner turns up.
Or lose it in a game of dice. I wouldn't say it's very...
I'm a priest, not a...
Sorry, but I'm not gonna...
Suit yourself.
What did you...
Certainly not. Although it may look that way at times, since fortune is exceptionally good to me.
And isn't playing dice...
It's not as if we were Roman soldiers.
Yeah, I never understood what they wanted that robe for.
They sat on the robe, so they wouldn't feel the cold. You see, at that time of year, it was pretty cold and...
Cold? Wasn't...
Yes, but it's more complicated. The lunar calendar, leap years...
Uh-huh. What... And is...
It's...
Roman?
Which...
Never mind then.
May the Lord...
So I got...
It's in the...
Yeah, but I'm not...
Never mind that. What a day. I burned the rue in the morning, and then the girl told me we're out of venison. I don't know what that gamekeeper's up to again. Actually, I do know, and it ain't nothing good. And now this. 3 years that lock is broken, and 3 years that good-for-nothing has been promising to fix it. But no. After all, I'm just a stupid cook banker who's always nagging and won't leave anyone in peace. But if I didn't nag, there'd be nothing done in this godforsaken castle. You have to kick people's asses here to even get them out of bed in the morning. The lazy bones. Pfui! Christ, pardon me.
The first bell. Another 11 to go.
Here it is, that damn chest. 3 years I've been telling him, thank you kindly, young man. If you...
Do you know how I...
You can't use your...
I understand.
Yeah, then.
Hands!
Henry!
I think they're just...
I don't know. But I don't...
Well, unfortunately, no one...
You've got to find...
I know.
Jesus! Why do I have to have such rotten luck?
Well, we've been damn lucky all the time I've known you.
It's all the same. How did you get in here anyway? Did they...
Not exactly. I shouldn't be here.
That's not good. There's a guard just around the corner.
Well, I'll have to try and get further.
Just don't get caught.
What did I do to deserve this? Oh! What did I do?
Sir... I know how... Sir... for it... Anyway...
Yeah.
Tell me, does it...
Well,
and...
yeah.
Did you...
Well, so...
Yes?
It's a
matter...
All right.
I would...
Where? When?
Really? Tell me, what do you...
Where?
Sir...
Yes.
I see. With your permission...
What?
I don't...
When it... No. Where?
Sir... Good. The main... You have to... Yes.
What?
That's the...
Can't you get me...
I have exactly what you need, sir. Sir, I'd recommend that you take this digestive potion to settle your stomach. Take it after every meal. And don't forget, a good diet, and do not get upset.
All right. Thanks, then.
And now you ought to go and lie down, sir.
Lie down? Me? Ha! Without me, this place would grind to a standstill.
Sir, medicine isn't enough. You also need rest. Otherwise my potion won't have much effect.
Oh, all right then. I'll try it.
And another thing. I don't want to bother you, sir, but I have a question.
Yes? What is it?
I've always wanted to take a look at your chapel. I'm a great admirer of the...
Oh, go where you want. I'll inform the guards.
Thank you. Guard?
Must you...
Sorry to bother you.
You know Thomas?
Well, that's a real...
Talk. What Thomas is like, them bastards...
I heard that that priest of yours has the rosary.
Nicodemus?
Yeah. I heard he won it from Kabat at Dice.
That sounds like him all right. Booze and dice. And consorting with that thief Cabot too.
Well, I suppose he should give it back, right?
He certainly should.
Should I deal with that?
No. I'll sort it out with him myself. But you did the right thing. Maybe that rosary turning up was a sign from above. Wouldn't you like to pray by Thomas's bedside?
Could I?
Aye, come with me. I'll take you up to the chapel. Usually it ain't open to, well, folk of your station.
I understand. I'd be glad to go and pray for Thomas.
The Sawbones was a little reluctant when I told him I wanted to carry Thomas upstairs. The wounded are supposed to lie as close to the chapel as possible. Everyone knows that. Years ago, I heard from a man that something similar happened in Strahlenberg during the Margravate Wars. The Burgrave of the castle was seriously wounded. An enemy rider stuck him with a spear like a pig on a spit and pulled him halfway through the woods. No one thought he'd live to see the morning. But the castle chaplain, Petronel by name, ordered that the Burgrave must be close to the Lord when his hour came. There's this really high tower in Strahlenberg. The locals call it the Trumpet, on account of how it seems to get wider near the top. I saw it with my own 2 eyes on the road to Krakow when I was escorting Lord von Burgo there. When they took the Burgrave up there, spear and all, on Petronel's orders, the next day they were amazed. The Burgrave made a miraculous recovery. They say an angel descended there at night and pulled the spear out of the Burgrave's wound. Ever since then, they keep the spear on display at the castle. I understand the Sawbones. He didn't want to make it tough for Thomas, because climbing up to the maiden ain't easy. Only the fellas and me figured it was the best thing for him.
The second toll for Hans.
Still the same. In a fever.
Thomas's rosary turned up, so I brought it to him. This wayfarer here found it, and he'd like to pray with Thomas.
Everyone to me.
If you don't mind.
You there?
I don't mind.
All right. I'll be going then. Stay strong.
Pardon me for disturbing you, miss.
If you want to pray, go unless...
No, I need...
Unless...
What?
If...
I'm sorry. Maybe I... Where...
he was any... Not...
I'm where...
How?
I'll have...
But...
I'll...
Why?
Well, unless Thomas...
You mean...
He's the main...
Yeah,
I'll
go.
I heard they're going to go down the old road.
All right. Done.
Once old folks start soft in the head, I really don't know.
God be with
I was.
No. But there's.
But that.
And.
By the way, yeah.
Then.
I could.
You could.
Sure. The third toll. I better get moving. Nah, no need to sharpen this.
Good day to you. Nice. Just a little bit. Oh. God be with.
I was.
No. But there's.
But that.
And
I could.
You could.
Sure. Sharp as a razor. Here it is.
Without.
And isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't mind?
A fella has to.
Would you have?
And what?
I want. And did he succeed?
Aye, he did. He climbed down into the well in the courtyard. See, there's caves under Turski, and the well ain't actually a well, but an underground pool in one of them caves. And from there, you can get to the dungeons, and then into the maiden.
Oh, he sounds bold.
Oh, aye, but they still caught him and gave him a whipping. And when they found out how he done it, they took the cleats out of the well wall.
What does that mean?
That the next Binyek would have to jump in and not climb down. I wouldn't fancy that.
Indeed. What was Binyek after in the...
A certain buxom chambermaid who wouldn't give him what he was after in the hay and wanted a fine feather bed.
I'll be going.
Aye. Farewell, my friend.
The third toll. I'd better get moving.
All the more reason to leave it be, no?
Aye, but the weather had been stormy.
If you're after some left... At least a crust of bread.
Let me... Don't worry. I suppose...
Damn, or...
I can see...
Aye. Thanks. Well, at least I won't starve.
You're welcome. I need help.
Who does?
I don't know.
Tom?
Well, I'm not. Well, and you.
And there's all then that.
All right. The fourth bell.
Parte.
Excuse me.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
It will have to be diluted. His fever is getting worse. If this doesn't work, I don't think he'll last long.
You all to be vigilant. These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug. The worst of all, a poacher. And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff, he is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead!
Stop! You can't execute this man. He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Ratoi.
What is this nonsense, for Christ's sake?
It's true. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Deal with it, for God's sake!
But, sir, the captain!
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately.
You can't do this! I am a nobleman, do you hear? A noble!
Get your hands off me! You can't do this!
Open the gates!
My lord.
What the hell is going on?
It was just a... It's a hanging.
You can't hang him. He's a noble. That's for me to judge. Take him down! And for Christ's sake, help me off this horse!
You may enter. His lordship is expecting you.
So, you're messengers from Ratai, huh? I was wondering when someone would turn up. All right, then. Let's hear it.
My respects, Sir Otto. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and this is Henry of Skalitz, my escort.
Welcome to Trotsky, gentlemen. I'd greet you standing up as befits, but I'm glad I can even sit at the moment.
I heard you were ambushed by outlaws.
You heard right. Those bastards did a job on me. And I got out luckier than most. Almost all the others were killed, including my page and my surgeon. So there is no one here to heal me, and I will have to inform poor Albert's father that his son died in my service.
I hope your health will soon be restored, sir.
We shall see. But now, you tell me what happened here in Herrgottsnamen. Why did my chamberlain try to hang you, Lord Capon?
In truth, the welcome we got from your Master Chamberlain was somewhat... how shall I put it?
Your Chamberlain's welcome was appropriate enough, considering our appearance, the situation in your domain, and your orders, sir.
Ah. I appreciate your diplomacy, young man. Master Chamberlain Ulrich can sometimes be more hasty and passionate than is healthy. And we are glad you hold no grudge against him. Are we not, Ulrich?
I regret what happened, gentlemen. Please accept my humblest apologies.
Anyway, let us leave this misunderstanding aside and get to the point. As far as I'm aware, Ratai showed no interest in negotiations before, either with me or with the League of Lords.
True. Our houses have thus far stood on opposite sides.
I should say so. Attacking Brno and Jihlava together with that renegade Sokol of Lemberg hardly inspired our sympathy.
Well, we can all point the finger. Your League of Lords, on the other hand, abducted the king. Although I don't doubt your reasons, just as Sir Hanush did.
We certainly had. The main one being that your Wenzel is an irresponsible drunkard and idler who is hurting the Empire by his inactivity. But let us leave that aside. Tell me, what does Sir Hanush have on his mind? I am all ears.
Unfortunately, during the ambush, we lost the letter we were carrying, so you'll have to make do with my word of mouth.
All right. Go ahead and speak.
In brief, Sir Hanush, Sir Radzig, and other lords take the view that the situation has got out of control. And that's of no benefit to anyone in Bohemia, neither Wenceslas's supporters or the League of Lords. King Sigismund's actions will not lead to instilling greater order than under King Wenceslas. Quite the contrary.
Let us say that maybe. What arises from it?
Sir Hanush and the other lords on our side are interested in knowing what the stance of the League of Lords is at this moment, and whether they haven't perhaps reevaluated some things.
In other words, whether I might betray Sigismund.
If anyone's a traitor, it's Sigismund, Lord von Berghoff.
Henry!
That's all right, Lord Capon. Your escort speaks from the heart. I respect that. But the question of traitors is a more complex one. Is not a monarch who neglects his responsibilities to his realm more a traitor than one who wants to put it to rights? Or do you regard your Wenzel as a good king?
Well, King Wenceslas may not be perfect, but at least there was peace while he was on the throne.
That cannot be denied. Entirely. Nonetheless, Sir Hanush and Sir Radzig are right. There is disorder and anarchy in the land. Bandits riding roughshod all over. As we all know, to our cost.
We've had plenty of experience of that at home too, sir. Only a short time ago we had to deal with a similar band.
Then you will surely understand that before I begin debating who would be the better king, I must sweep my own doorstep. Only I'm damned if I know how to do that, since those bastards have wiped out half of my garrison, including my captain.
If I may be so bold, sir, you're not the only one. We also have a score to settle with them, so Henry and I will gladly help you.
Is that so? Now that is what I call the words of a knight, Sir Hans.
Right now, we've got a common enemy, so we have common interests, too.
So then, sir, may we be of assistance to you?
Indeed, you may. Perhaps in the end we may really find some common ground. I need to muster sufficient reserves to deal with those outlaws once and for all. I'm summoning my vassals here to Trotsky. And since I don't have many men left to send as messengers, I will gladly accept your help.
Just say the word, sir. Where should we go?
You'll go to Nebakov, a small castle, or rather fortress among the cliffs. The omen there, Jaromir Nebak, is an old hardhat and may not be very willing to fulfill his obligations. It would be useful if an eloquent noble like yourself visited him to explain him clearly why I need his whole garrison.
Who is this Lord Nebak?
The lord of a smaller house with not much in the way of estates, just a fortress and lands, but he also owns a mill that provides a significant part of his income. His children are grown up. His daughter married well, thanks to Sir Otto. His son is away from the domain, dealing with duties. Sir Otto helped him to acquire an official position. In short, the House of Nebak is more than beholden to Sir Otto for his magnanimous help and support.
Thank you, Ulrich. Nevertheless, I suspect Jaromir will not be keen to charge into battle. But that is of little consequence. He has a few good men who will be useful. That will do us. If he delivers, I will regard his obligation as fulfilled.
Is the route safe?
As I said, the fortress is in the wilderness amongst the cliffs. There are many places where outlaws may be hiding, so watch out.
Don't worry, sir. I have Henry here by my side for such situations.
Is that all, sir?
It's no simple task. Knowing Jaromir, if I sent a common messenger, he'd come back with a boot print on his backside. Dealing with the lower nobility can be tricky. They tend to be fixated on their own somewhat fragile status.
What should we do if he's unwilling to heed what we say?
His house has always been loyal to mine. And it has always been more than worth their while. So tell him that I would like it to remain so. I do not expect any great obstacles, but it would be wise to show Sir Jaromir respect by sending him someone of status. He will take his time over being persuaded, and then concur, as he always has done.
I'll get to him somehow, sir.
I expect nothing less from you.
We'll take care of it, sir. Count on us.
All right. We'll head out as soon as possible. Let's not delay our diplomatic mission unnecessarily.
Very well. I think that is all for now. The Chamberlain will show you where you can put your heads down, and he will supply you with horses. And once we have resolved this little digression, we shall talk about your own mission.
Thank you, sir.
May I ask something, Sir Otto?
Oh. Ask away, young man.
When you were ambushed, did you see those bandits? Would you recognize any of them?
Henry, don't start with that again.
Why do you ask?
The thing is, when we were ambushed, I believe I saw among them one of the men we ran up against at home.
Oh. What did he look like? Do you know his name?
He's called Istvan Toth, a Hungarian noble. He wears black armor. A stocky fella, around 40.
I've already told you that's nonsense. How would he be here? You only saw him from a distance, from behind. You're imagining it.
And why does this Toth interest you, young man?
He was the leader of a band that made trouble for us in Sasau. And he has something that belongs to me.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. But I must disappoint you. I saw no one of that description.
Thank you, sir. And sorry. I had to ask.
I understand. And now I shall entrust you to the care of Ulrich here. And I shall look forward to the good tidings you bring me from Nebakov. Go with God, gentlemen.
Thank you for everything, sir. The Lord be with you.
There will be time enough yet for social niceties. Now there are more practical matters to deal with. Sir Otto has generously agreed to accommodate Lord Capon in one of his chambers. And you, Henry, shall also be accommodated, as befits your station. There, your equipment shall also be returned to you, and you'll find your horse in the stable. Nevertheless, his lordship takes the view that, as a noble's escort, you should have a befitting mount, and therefore he has kindly decided that you may take one of our horses, if you so wish. Gentlemen, follow me. So, Sir Hans, allow me to...
Hold on, Sir Ulrich. If you think everything is settled between us, and we're going to act like nothing happened, then you're mistaken.
Sir?
You were going to have me executed a short while ago. I expect a proper apology.
Then please accept my apology once more, sir. But given the circumstances...
Given the circumstance? What circumstances?
Sir, poaching is a capital offence.
And are you the king? That you can hand down death sentences? No, you are not. What's more, you had plenty of reasons to realise it wasn't a good idea.
Sir, I could not have realised that.
You couldn't have realised? Yes, you could, but then you wouldn't have been able to play the Lord and stage private executions.
Sir, once more I apologise. And now, please allow me to show you to your quarters.
I wouldn't dream of inconveniencing you. I'll find my quarters by myself. Henry, once you're done with that annoying fool, get your horse and we'll meet at the gate.
Well, it seems Lord Capon will not be requiring my services anymore today.
Please excuse him. He's been through a lot, as I'm sure you understand.
It is understandable, of course. I was just hoping that our relationship would be a bit warmer after that, regrettable misunderstanding. Nevertheless, welcome to Trusky, the finest and biggest castle you shall ever see. Rumor has it that the castle was built on the jaws of hell, and that we're sometimes plagued by demons here. But don't believe a word of it. It's just idle talk to excuse the servants' laziness and incompetence. It's demanding enough keeping everything here running smoothly without any of that. It requires a man of exceptional qualities and talents. By the way, this place is a maze for strangers. It's very easy to get lost. The jail cells are down there. But I believe you are already fairly well acquainted with that part of the castle, aren't you?
Seems like you're in a good mood. Ulcer's not troubling you anymore.
I'm better, thank you very much. But you can keep that little matter to yourself. Here it is. You'll find a bed inside, opposite the door, and a chest where we put your belongings. You'll find some new clothing there, a little gift from our gracious Lord, to ensure you're not mistaken for a beggar again. Once you're settled in and properly dressed, stop by the stables. They're beyond the gate, down the path. Ask for Kabat. He was supposed to prepare a horse and tack for you. Or tell him you'll keep your own if you insist. Then he'll give you proper tack at least, so you don't disgrace us.
Thanks. I'm grateful.
As you should be. So, you and I are finished, and I can finally attend to some proper work, so this castle doesn't fall on our heads.